Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also a bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then the paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Now let us try to go and see how we can handle the asynchronous error more easily. So currently we are using a try catch block over here, and there is nothing wrong using this one, but we can obviously go and refactor our code to be more readable over here. So instead of doing it like the try catch every time, we can create a better functionality over here. So for that, let's go to our utils folder over here and go and create the new file. Call this one as a async catch async.js file. You can just give any name over here, and let's go and create the const of the catch async over here. And this is the function that we are going to create. So let's see, a function will be of the fn, and then this will be of the arrow function, and it will require the request, response, and then the next. So we have the request, response, and then the next over here. And inside this particular body, we are going to call back or execute this particular function that we are passing. So this catch async, we need to pass in actually a function with this particular request, response, and then the next. And here we are going to execute that particular function. Let's say fn function that we have over here, and we will execute that. And here we are going to catch since this is an asynchronous function, right? If something happens within this execution or when the function invoke over here, that is going to throw us the promise, right? So we need to catch that. Since this is a promise, we need to catch the error over here, and we are going to catch any of the error that occurs in the execution of this particular function. And then we are going to catch that, and we are going to return, or we are going to call our next error handler middleware by using the next and then passing in the error that we are getting over here. That is similar to what we have done over here. We are using a try, and then in the catch block we are calling the next middleware and passing in our error over here, or the error app error class over here. So that's the similar concept that we are doing it over here. We have this catch async, and it takes the function callback over here, which we need to pass in the function. And here we are going to, inside this particular function, we are going to execute that particular function, whatever we are passing in, and whenever there is an error, we are going to catch that, and we are passing it to the next error handling middleware that we have created over here. And now we can go back to our controller, and what we can do is now let's just go and make use of the catch the async function, right? So that what we have added over here. And now just close this one, and we need to close it over here, right? And make sure we import this one, and let's just go and see we haven't imported that. So let's just go and say import the catch async over here, and we need to call that the catch async from here. So we need to import it correctly. And now once we have that, we just have to wrap our function that we have over here, which is of the asynchronous function over here, right? And it is giving us some error of, so the catch async is not a function. So let's just go and see that what we have defined over here. So we haven't export that one, that's why we are getting those error. So we need to export. So let's just go and say module that we have, and then we are going to export this as the catch async from here. And now if I go and, so now it is working correctly, so make sure you export that one. And now we are back over here, and once we have that, let's go down over here. And where was that? So here we are catching that one, right, and passing it the function that we have over here. So this is our function, and now what we can do is we can just remove this from here, and we'll just remove all of this from here as well, right? And I'm just going to pass it over here, just pass it over here as well. I guess that should be fine over here. And let's go back to our Postman, and let's try to send that particular response, and now we are getting back that particular error as well over here. So you can see that we have reformatted our code over here, or refactored our code without the try catch block over here. Since this is an asynchronous function, we can make use of the asynchronous function that we have defined over here to catch that particular error over here. So here, and if you go back, that should work fine. So now we don't have to make use of the try catch block everywhere. And so similarly, what I will do over here is I can just cut this section, and let's just remove this block from here, and let's try to arrange this one over here. And I will just have to make use of the catch the async over here, and wrap this inside and call this particular function inside the our catch async. So we are going to pass this particular function that we have over here inside of that particular catch async, and it requires the request response and then the next. So let's just go and say this is get all the tasks over here, and let's go back over here, and let's try to send all of this. Can't find the API all the tasks, so which means that the API, the error handle is working perfectly fine. And then we got all of the tasks over here. So this means that its function is also working fine. And we also need to pass in the next, because we are making use of the next over here. All right, so if there is an error, we are going to pass that one. And let's go back, and what we need to do is we need to do the same thing for this particular create tasks over here. So let's just go and grab this one from here, and let's just remove all of this from here, and we are going to pass it over here, and it will be much more cleaner, as you can see. And we are going to extract that to the catch async over here. Since this is also a asynchronous function, what we have to do is we just have to wrap it with our catch async, the callback function that we have defined. And we also need to pass in the next, because that, okay, so it should be of the comma over here, since this required the 3 parameter. One is of the the request, response, and then the next. Now I guess that should be the one over here. And let's just go to our this one, so patch. We also have the patch, and I'm just going to copy all of this from here, and then just replace this one with the catch function. First catch the asynchronous function over here, and once we have that, we'll just go and close it over here. And now inside this we require the next functionality over here, and just go and paste the, and let's just go and remove this code from here, I guess, and that should be fine. So let's just go and have arrange it properly. Let's just add the proper intent, and that's cool. So now it looks much more cleaner. And similarly, we have to do the same thing over here. So I guess that is not required. We are not going to use this one over here. So let's just go, and I'll just go and remove this function from here, because we are not using the put the tags away. So let's just remove that one from here, and that should be fine. So we are just going to make use of the patch over here, and then we are going to have the delete one. So let's just go and cut this section, and what we require is we need to wrap this one with the catch the asynchronous function. and then we are going to close this one from here, and we need to pass in the next over here, and then we are just going to pass that one. And now I guess I don't require that, so I just have to delete everything from here, and just remove everything from here as well. And let's just add a proper intent over here, and that should be fine now. So we have the app crash somewhere over here, so let's try to see. The put task is not defined, so I guess that is somewhere we are accessing that, so that will be of this one. So we have to remove this one from here as well, since we remove that particular the handler function in our controller. So that should be fine, I guess. And let's try to see the push the task, and there may be somewhere that we need to find that. And okay, so here it is again, so we have to remove this one as well, and now it is starting. So that's cool. So I guess the error is fixed already, and now you can see it looks much more cleaner compared to the previous one, right? So since we are not using the try catch over here, we have make use of this particular the callback function that we have defined over here to execute our function and then catch the asynchronous error and then return those error. And that should be fine. And we can also remove this one, since we only have one parameter over here, and that is what we are passing it to the next. So this is what we are passing it to the next. So we can just remove this, and we can just add the shorthand over here to just return the next from here directly, and without passing that the return from there. See, this is going to directly return whatever is catch from this particular the catch block over here. And now if I go and run this, it should work fine. And if I go and grab the task, so the error is fine, and I just have to remove this one from here, and we got that, it is working fine. And then they create the post, so let's just go and send that. We got that one over here, that is perfectly fine. Now if I just go and remove this, and let's try to send this one, so we got that expected double quote. Okay, so let's just go and send this one again, and the task invalidation failed. That is working perfectly fine. So the error we are getting is perfectly fine. Let's just put it back over here, and then we have the patch. We are not making of the put, so that should be fine. Let's just try to send this one. It is working fine. And if I try to put some random number over there, we are going to get a beautiful looking error. So we just got that particular message, right? And later we once we learn much more about the error handling, we are going to format all of those, but for now that's look perfectly fine. So here we are also going to pass in some random number, and we got that particular error back. And if I just try to go and remove those, let's just go and send it. So we got the 204 no content. So everything is working fine after we have refactored our code, and now you can see it looks much more better over here. So I guess that's all for this lesson, and we are going to meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day.